Game number 8, JaeDong with 3 wins in this match now in particular. He has won the first game against Haas today, was then defeated by San, but revived as the ace player and has taken down not only San, but also Lenog. Now he's up against the FlashWolves player to the top right of this map, Habitation Station. It is Ian, the FlashWolves, sending another Zerg into the battle, and JaeDong starting all the way to the top left for Evil Geniuses. If he is able to take down Ian, then he will force out the ace player of his opponent's team. Probably gonna be San if it comes to that. And JaeDong, with 3 wins so far today, definitely improving his score in the Acer Team Story Cup. He was on 0-3 before he started this game today. Currently he is on 3-4, so still -1, but definitely starting to close that gap here a little bit, and this game gives him another chance. We have no early pulls this time. The last game was actually really fun on Altism Stronghold, where we saw on Frost actually, where we saw Lenog and JaeDong go straight for a 10 pull and gas, but JaeDong decided to go into speed instead of adding his own Baneling Nest, and it worked out really well for him. Great micro here, taking down the Banelings of his opponent, and Lenog just didn't have any answer to that. We have the hatch first for JaeDong, and on the other side of the map we have for good old Ian, a spawning pool instead. So not getting this base this fast, and I'm super excited to see what JaeDong can do here. JaeDong seems to have finally found a stride here, and EG is of course hoping for him to really pull it off right now, win 2 additional maps, and then put the first victory in the team match into EG's hands, because so far they are 0-2 in the Acer Team Story Cup, and that's not really where they want to be. Joey FlashWolves have been doing decent-ish this season, 2 victories and a single loss puts them on, I think, 5th or 6th place in the standings. But if they lose here, then Evil Genius would definitely make quite... yeah, if the FlashWolves lose here to Evil Genius, not only would the FlashWolves drop down, but EG would make quite the leap in the standings. So at this point, we have also gas taken for JaeDong. Couple of overlords on the map, just saying hello to each other. We have one already in position for JaeDong to see the gas, especially in the main base. Here sees both gases actually. So there's a pretty good glimpse on what's happening, and of course the hatch has also been spotted in the timing in particular. So there's nothing hidden from JaeDong at this point. The double queens have been started, and let's see what the openings are going to be here. The faster speed is definitely going to happen for JaeDong here. He can be the aggressor in the game. There's no gas for Ian still, so we won't see him with any aggression whatsoever, at least not in the early stages. If anybody is going to initiate an attack, it's going to be the Dong. It's definitely going to be the Dong. I mean, at this point, we have the expansion already done for JD, starting to saturate the mineral line here and getting the first Zerglings into the game. Is it going to be a little bit of Zergling aggression that we are seeing there? Could be a bit of a speedling timing that we have in this game. Ian, without gas whatsoever, doesn't even have the creep spread to the front so that he can start with a bit of a wall and then maybe block it with the queens. He gets 2 additional ones. And, oh, JaeDong with a super fast third base. Look at that. 5 minutes into a Zerg versus Zerg, JaeDong decides that it's time to take the gold expansion. Wow! The Dong is putting the balls of steel on the table, and Ian doesn't know what he's up against just yet, but, well, actually he does. He's seen it. He's seen it already, alright. So Ian knows what's coming, and is also sending another overlord in, so he's going to confirm that this base is still alive and kicking. And what is Ian going to do? He actually builds a spine crawler. That's an interesting move, considering that there's a third base being built, so he's super afraid at this point that JaeDong might maybe just go for a cancel and an aggression, I guess. But we have 3 queens all the way at the front, the Zerglings taken out and pushed back, and of course JaeDong is just looking at this and is like, oh hey, listen buddy, if you stay passive, I'm gonna be super happy with that, because I will have my gold expansion, and I want to see what you are gonna do about that. So the double upgrades are possible for Ian, who gets the Roach Warren. He skips speed, instead he's going straight for upgrades, I guess, and then for the Roaches themselves. We see the gold base already saturated, so the drone slide has been immediate, and of course JaeDong needs also that extra income. The lair tech has already started. This is going to come down to just a couple of seconds. Who's going to attack first, and how many units will JaeDong have, because it looks really like Ian wants to go for a bit of a timing there. No, he sends out a drone. Is he going for the expansion instead? instead, the Zerglings rushing in. They see the creep spread, and yes, it looks like Ian just wants to go for a counter expansion, but that's going to be a very late third base to catch up, and also just going to be a normal base against the gold base for JaeDong. Not quite sure if it's going to be too happy with that. Keep in mind that we also have that faster upgrade here into the lair tech for JaeDong. The tech is going to be great for him. +1 attack upgrade has been started, but now for the Zerglings, the 1-1 on the way for Ian. And here's those links already in the game. He's getting the Zerglings right now, and he's getting quite a lot of those. Is JaeDong going to be ready for this? I'm not quite sure. He has a Spine Crawler building at that third base. He has one Queen here, and, well, we do not see him with too much army supply. 48 against 42 Harvesters at this point. Army supply is 23 against 23. We will have Roaches in just a little bit for JaeDong. He's building 11 now. The speed upgrade is also on the way. The Zerglings confirm that there is actually a base being built. And here come the Zerglings right now moving in. They don't have the speed upgrade just yet, but they will have that in just a little bit. Moving in towards that third base. The Roaches are on the way on the other hand, and there are quite a few of those about to finish. The Zerglings there won't really stand a chance against that. The +1 attack upgrade is already being built as well, and JaeDong has the army supply lead at this point. Like, that extra income is really starting to pay off for him. The Zerglings, of course, much faster, much more mobile on the map. But with the +1 attack upgrade also about to finish, Ian has to be super, super careful here. He can go for run-bys. That's his big strength right now. If JaeDong starts to attack and moves in, then Ian can always try to just sneak those Zerglings past the Roaches and attack the bases right away. And it looks a little bit like he will have to do that, because I do not think that those Zerglings will be able to fend off those Roaches. Yes, the armor upgrade is on the way. Yes, he's going to be on +1/+1, but the +1 attack upgrade for JaeDong is also going to be done. And that means that at least, well, if that he fights right now, this is going to be horrible for Ian, because for just a few seconds JaeDong will be able to two-hit a Zergling, and that is exactly what we see right now. For a few more seconds this is going to be the case here, and this is the time where he wants to fight. The armor upgrade is not just ready, it will be in a little bit, but also so many Zerglings are being lost here. JaeDong is starting to really pull this off. He has more Roaches streaming in. The army supply 62 against 26. Now the armor upgrade is done for the Zerglings. Now the Roaches need 3 hits again to take them down, but it seems like it's already a bit too late. The Roach numbers at this point, we have 24 of them making their way up the ramp, taking down the Zerglings that Ian sends in, and Ian is out of lava as well. He cannot produce any units any longer. He has a couple of Zerglings that are desperately trying to keep those Roaches at bay, but it doesn't really work out for him. JaeDong is starting to move in once again. He has a 40 supply lead in Zerg versus Zerg, and is moving in now as we speak, trying to take down that third base of his opponent, taking down the freshly spawned Zerglings here, putting them into a corner, and with just more Roaches walking across the map, he has a great position. The +2 attack upgrade has been started. The Queen is being sniped here. The hatch, of course, also going down. It's just a matter of time. He waits a little bit longer, snipes it in the end. The Hydra then is nearly done as well, and we see a macro hatch being built for JaeDong too. He can fall back right now. He doesn't even have to press the issue. He doesn't even have to go up that ramp. He welcomes the rest of the Zerglings that are trying to cross the map with his reinforcements, pushes them back for now. There's nothing that Ian can do about this. Resources lost, 4,100 against 2,300 in favor of JaeDong. JaeDong is moving across the map again. A couple of Zerglings attempting to take down the Harvesters at the mineral line at the third base, but the Spine Crawler is there. The Queen as well. 11 Hydras are being built. He's gonna wait for those. The Roaches are on a +1 armor upgrade, but the situation for Ian is a dire one. He's trying to somehow, of course, take on JaeDong here, but it's 3 bases against 2 with a gold base for JaeDong. The better army supply, the better Roach numbers, everything is currently looking great for the evil genius. We have him with 68 army supply against 50, 57 Harvesters against 42, and even though the Roaches are taken out right now, the second push, that is where it's really going to be at. 15 Hydras already on the way. The +2 attack upgrade is nearly completed, and the Hydras and the Zerglings, they should be able to at least deny a third base for now. They're also taking down Overlords. Ian is supply blocked at this point. Supply block time in the ZVZ, as you can see here. Idle worker count is already up on the tab as well. And here comes JaeDong taking down or taking on the Roaches for now. The Hydras, on the other hand, he has to be careful that he doesn't lose those. The Zerglings streaming in to act a bit as a buffer, but he's gonna snipe the Evolution Chamber. At least he could do that if he wants to. Moves back a little bit and is taking on the Roaches now. As you can see, the Roach numbers for Ian down to 8, down to, well, 4, and he's losing everything. This game is over, ladies and gentlemen. GG JaeDong forces out the ace player for the FlashWolves. he might be able to pull it off after all. JaeDong, can he take down the FlashWolves, or will the ace player for the Taiwanese team be able to finally put an end to this, finally take down JaeDong and win it for his team? We're going to find out in just a little bit in the 9th game of the series here between Evil Genius and the FlashWolves.